Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony, and welcome to another episode of BNA Sports Talk. So today we're going to start off a series that I'm going to do is reviewing every single team's season, what we expected them to do before the season, how they did during the season, and the outlook to next year. So we're going to start off, obviously, with the number one draft pick in the Arizona Cardinals. So basically, they had a really bad season, and Vegas kind of predicted them around 5.5 to 6 wins. CBS Sports had them at 6 wins. I had them at 3 wins, and they finished off at 3 wins, which is exactly what I thought it was. And how I can explain this team is through their through their third game. It was or third or fourth, I forget, when Josh Rosen got put in for Sam Bradford in like the fourth quarter. Where they're just like, okay, win us the game. Sam Bradford's not hurt or anything, and we didn't prepare you for this moment at all, but let's see what you can do. And obviously, Josh Rosen actually did pretty well. He drove down the field once. I think he scored. And then the second time, he threw like an unlucky interception. And, he looked pretty good. And basically for the rest of the season, behind the worst offensive line, they fed him to the wolves. And I guess they wanted to teach him to learn through adversity. Basically, their first coach, Wilks, the changing of the guard happened last season. You couldn't expect them to do well. I mean, last season they outperformed because they had Bruce Arians. I had them at like 5-11 or 6-10 last year, and they won 2 or 3 extra games just because of their coach. Now this year, they didn't have a coach. Next year, they will have a coach in Vance Joseph. Even though he didn't really do that well with the Broncos did have one of the best defenses. He was a defensive mind, and he had to work with Case Keenum and different things like that. So I don't blame him. Vance Joseph is a good head coach, and he should get him 1 or 2 more wins next year. But I don't think he's going to do much better than Wilks this year. I think, especially Kingsbury, like, you saw what happened with Sean McVay. He barely won yesterday, and now he was on the hype train again. If he would have lost, I wouldn't have been like, oh, Sean McVay, what was that? The defense is what showed up with the Rams. It wasn't necessarily the offense. It was the defense of the Rams that kind of propelled them forward. Now Sean McVay looks like a genius. He didn't really, if you saw the game last night, he didn't really have good clock management. Anyway, so as far as who they should draft, they have the first overall pick. They should stock up on draft picks. I'm not buying this whole Kyler Murray hype with, he's 5'8", okay, calm down. Josh Rosen is their future. That's the reason why they picked them. I don't care about this Kingsbury, what he said. They should pick the best player available. Whoever they think is the best player available, they should pick. What they don't need is cornerbacks. First of all, you have a pretty old Peterson in the secondary. They had the 4th ranked passing defense, the 4th ranked overall. So that's not really something they should improve on. What they should improve on is pass rushing and protecting Josh Rosen. Now you got to stock up on these draft picks. Now, if you want to trade with the Giants or somebody that wants a quarterback, and you get 2 or 3 late, you trade them with the pick, and then you get a second round, you get 2 offensive linemen, or switch between a defensive end, or somebody that would work. But you cannot pick Kyler Murray and do some weird finagling stuff, because you have to rebuild for the future. You're not trying to be pretty. Don't try to get cute. Don't try to start picking all these players. No, that's not what you do. You protect Josh Rosen, let him time to develop, because you invested a lot of money in him already. You wouldn't draft Josh Rosen if next year you were planning on taking another quarterback. I can tell you that much. And I don't think Kyler Murray, there are a lot of questions when it comes to Kyler Murray. If he's tall enough, if his thing can translate. I know recently with Baker Mayfield's and Lamar Jackson's, it seems like they can translate. But did you see Dwayne Haskins next to Kyler Murray? If anything, you take Dwayne Haskins. But I think if you know you want to stock up on picks, you start hearing out trades by the Jaguars or the Giants, move back to the 6th, and then pick your offensive lineman, the best offensive lineman available, which I believe is Quentin Williams of Alabama, and you build from there. I think that's the most logical step forward. And they're going to be the last pick. I mean, you have the 49ers, Seahawks, and Rams in that same division. The Seahawks proved that they're not really rebuilding, they're just reloading, and this year proved that. Although they have a low draft pick this year, they're still going to get key defensive players. I mean, they played this whole season about Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman, all those players that really took them and drove them forward. Now all Seattle needs is a lineman, and they're competing with the Rams and 49ers for the division title. I say you stay in the basement for 2-3 years, and you develop your players. It's simple as that. Larry Fitzgerald is going to retire probably this offseason. I think he announced that. I'm not sure if he's 100% on it yet, but most likely he's going to retire. So maybe even grab a wide receiver in the late rounds and have him develop something with Josh Rosen. That's what I think the Cardinals should do. Don't try to get cute with this Kingsbury stuff. You basically want to grow Josh Rosen into a quarterback and get him used to playing the NFL. Get him used to everything. You don't want to all of a sudden bring a new coach, then a new quarterback, and all these things. I don't think that would work. Anyway, let me know what you guys think the Arizona Cardinals should do in the comment section down below. I think their max is 4 to 5 wins next year. I haven't checked their schedule yet, but I don't see how they improve on this year that much. I don't think offensive line will do much. I think they should, like I said, just stack up draft picks. Anyway, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in my next edition of BNA Sports Talk. Bye, guys.